first. Under pressure, I was feeling the heat.
Nothing left but jail, therefore back to get a deal. The stress is real.
Everything I'm saying is real. I'm living a verse. Under pressure, I was feeling the heat.
Nothing left but jail, therefore back to get a deal.
This is real, how can you deal with all the ups and downs? Remain solid and stay in your lane. Don't let the bumps on the road make you go insane. Make you go insane. I know it's hard feeling all that pain. A starving artist, hungry for a record deal. Watch out, let me take the wheel. I got a plan of action. Gotta stay on the right path with no distractions. Don't let them distract. They said focus, Mike, it's hard to concentrate when you got other shit on your mind. Never mind, you would never understand where I'm coming from. Really, a little kid that made it out the slums. Like we never had enough, but maybe someday. Maybe someday.
Everything I'm saying is real. I'm living a verse. Under pressure, I was feeling the heat.
Nothing left but jail, therefore back to get a deal. The stress is real.
Everything I'm saying is real. I'm living a verse. Under pressure, I was feeling the heat.
Nothing left but jail, therefore back to get a deal. The stress is real.
Too many rappers in the game, it's overpopulated. This game ain't complicated. Before we start that, I'ma need a noose and a hearse. Hope I don't go broke. Late night news, front page rapper Jaydabee, hang by the throat. Tell me, have you ever worked for what you got? Have you set a budget for yourself? Do you know what it feel like to be broke? I ain't talking 16 at your mama scraping scratch for the dough. I'm talking keep the car out of sight so don't get repo. Extension past due, now you out on the streets though. Your job ain't fucked, but you still got to eat. Whoa, missed court last week, still dodging the 5-0. We running up the rate, keeping up with the Joneses. Don't ask what it takes, that we
under pressure, I was feeling the heat.
Nothing left but jail, therefore back to get a deal. The stress is real.
Everything I'm saying is real. I'm living a verse. Under pressure, I was feeling the heat.
Nothing left but jail, therefore back to get a deal. The stress is real.
We will see how this goes. I'm kind of stress testing this, so this is kind of a thing. So it'll probably be a short stream, but it gives me a chance to kind of catch up with you guys, see what's what. I owe some apologies and whatnot, so we'll get to that as well. And you know, we can talk a little bit about what's going on, and then there'll be something more extensive later on. So, big ups to everybody in the chat. Hopefully you guys are doing well. Big ups to everybody on the stream or who will be on the archive later on. Welcome to the... Yeah, this stress test is going to be interesting. So, a lot to talk about. Let me know if you guys can hear me or not. Am I too loud? If I'm too low? You know, the usual. And we'll go from there. And then I'll have some permanent settings in the future. And I will try to do a stream here a bit more often, as well as on the main channel. But I'm side questing this year though, so I've got other plans. But it is what it is. It's buffering a little bit. All right, so let's see. I will work on this. If not, I might have to. I can always drop the stream and then just come back. Yeah, I can always drop the stream and come back. Worst case scenario. So we'll see. But I am working on it actively while I'm talking to you guys. So, first things first. Big ups to all of you. Happy belated holidays. Happy New Year. So, what happened as it pertains to the main channel? As usual, I got hit with because of the music I was using for the 12 days of Goutmas. I got hit with some strikes, which was expected, to be honest. But the videos didn't go down, but they wouldn't let me let them go live either, which was kind of strange. And then I had some other bullshit that I ended up getting hit with. When it rains, it pours. It is what it is. I got that worked out, so it is what it is. So maybe there'll be like 24 days of Goutmas this year. We'll see. Something. I already recorded everything. It's all edited, so it needs to go up in some way, shape, or form. As it pertains to contributions or donations, we'll see. We will see. We're actively working on that. And you guys can send me all of those Argentinian pesos. Give me all of that. I want all of those nickels and dimes and everything like that. So I can be like other content creators and be like, instead of sitting here doing tipquisitions and shit on every little fucking thing, like a fucking lame, broke bitch. That shit's so fucking stupid. Absolutely fucking dumb. So yeah. So here, let me actually change the scenery a bit, and then let's get into some of these topics. We're not going to hit everything, and we're not going to hit everything in video form, unfortunately, but we will talk a bit about it, some of this stuff. So give me just a second.
Nothing left but jail, therefore back in deal. The stress is real.
The stress is real. How can you deal with all the ups and
Okay. So, let's go ahead and get started. So, there's so much to talk about because I've missed so much. So, let's see. We can talk about DSP allegedly supposed to be turning over a new leaf with Street Fighter, which didn't work, and he's right back to his same toxic ways. We can go over Josh from Kiwi Farms apparently wanted him. I told him when this shit was like starting up exactly how this shit was going to play out with Josh, and it did. So, womp womp to that. But apparently Josh wants to go ahead and actually, ProleteR's right there. He can theoretically, actually, big ups to James Lester, big ups to Sunspot Gallery. Big ups to a bunch of you guys. Actually, but yeah, ProleteR's right there. He can contest to what I said. And like the day before shit went down, I told you, Prop, how all that shit was going to play out. I legitimately told you how that was going to work. Which is unfortunate, because to be contrary to popular belief, no one really ever wants to be right about certain shit, to be honest. Unless you're DSP. But he has low self-esteem and low testosterone. You know, bitches are going to be bitches. So that's the thing. Oh yeah, the Mike Klum interview. Cat gaining weight shouldn't surprise any of you, to be honest. The Argentinian economy. Hey, the dollar ain't worth shit out there, bro. Dude, people out there can barely afford food. People can barely afford toilet paper. You know what I'm saying? If you keep up with the global economy, you know what I'm talking about. But fucking A, look at what that nonsense is. You know what I'm saying? Fucking A. I'm not surprised. But I am surprised. I'm not surprised. Actually, I'm lying. I'm not surprised that DSP decided to go ahead and hide memberships. Because why not? Because truth be told, he's still going to get his little 300 to 500 a month or whatever, or somewhere in between. And he can just keep everybody else in the dark and just focus on super chats and tips until people start figuring out a way his PayPal accounts, which means we might actually find out if that mystical, legendary third PayPal account is actually out there. And if it is, then we'll find out what's what. But that's neither here nor there. I'm not trying to give anybody ideas. Lord knows I need to be forced into another thread on the farms and whatnot, because I have to be dictated to on what the fuck is funny and what isn't. Holy shit. And, oh yeah, that's right. In ReviewTechUSA, spending more time on DSP than his own family. Retiring. Yeah, he isn't retiring. What happened was his bitch ass got caught out because he running around here saying he was top 10 whatever the fuck, and he ended up getting slapped for it. That's what that was. He made himself and anybody who is adjacent to him look silly, and he bowed his ass the fuck out. And on top of that, he probably don't want to make himself look stupid on his interview, which doesn't really matter because it's probably going to look bad anyway. Truth be told. Let's call three. We had some instances in the detractor community that didn't work out well, especially from an interview standpoint. Some of that stuff was kind of shaky. Some of that shit was kind of rocky. It seems like people were able to bounce back from it. Thank God for that. But Jesus Christ, shit was kind of rough for a bit. With that being said, now people want to go ahead and get into an interview type situation with somebody, being Mike, who is known. His job is to spin people. His job is to sit there and have people be looked at in a certain subject. I guess Mike The documentary will be our first segment here. The DSP community, or the detractor community, is exactly what Mike needs. It gives him a chance, because with Boogie, you went ahead and he was able to focus on one particular person and all of his vices, all of his sins, and all of his bullshit, and try to spin it as, well, you know what, Boogie isn't so bad. You know, he had to pay $200K to have people fuck him, but he's not that bad of a guy. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't handle the fame. He couldn't handle the internet celebrity or whatever the fuck, on top of the fact that his mother allegedly abused him in multiple ways and so on and so. He's a product of his situation. But think about all of the happy times that he brought to people. Think about all the positivity he brought to people and shit. But, he made some mistakes. And he's at the end of his life, and he deserves to go out in a comfortable manner with his 20-year-old, God knows what the fuck that is, or what she is, I should say, with his little 20-year-old. Okay, whatever. But with DSP, this is a whole different shit. You have a guy and then you have a fucking cornucopia of fucking people who follow him for various reasons. On his side, you have true believers, you have dents, you have the bottom of the fucking barrel. That's what makes up the DSP community at large. Then you have the other side of that fence. You have your detractors, trolls, haters, critics, and dents, and whatever the other, little accolades that are supposedly on this side of the fence. And then you have all the nonsense that comes along with that. And then you got people like ReviewTechUSA who's straight. Most of the shots and here's the crazy part about the ReviewTech shit. The majority of the shots that he took about the people who fucking follow DSP and this, that, and the third are some of the dudes that he's actually adjacent to. He was literally dissing the very people that he's supposedly cool with. Matter of fact, he's dissing the people, not only that he allegedly, in air quotes, is cool with, but that he grifts off of. He's grifting off of those people's videos. And he has the nerve to sit there and say what he said, and nobody over there said nothing? Allegedly. I don't know. Maybe in that Discord that got leaked or whatever, or that screenshot that got leaked, maybe someone approached him and said, hey man, you shouldn't be putting us all in the same fucking tier or whatever the fuck. But Jesus Christ. So, that's Rich being rich, obviously left up to his own devices and shit. I mean, he's a fucking idiot, because if he wasn't a fucking idiot, he'd be taking care of his kids instead of prioritizing DSP. And one could say, oh, well, maybe this is how he makes his money. Well, that's funny, because he was shitting on other people who make coin off of DSP too. And he was talking about how they're a little bit too attached to this, or they take this shit a little too seriously. Yet, doesn't he hold a stream about DSP, or he used to? I'm sorry. Let me correct myself. Didn't he used to do a stream about DSP that was damn near every day? And was what? Almost 100% DSP? Isn't he in fucking Discord calls, or isn't he in fucking in Twitter conversations with known detractors? He's as deep as you're gonna get. But he has the nerve to say how other people are acting? Or how other people are conducting themselves? The fuck was that about? So Rich should just stick to what Rich does and shut the fuck up. Matter of fact, the people who fuck with Rich, maybe you guys should take a look at Rich a little closer. Someone who's a known doxer, someone who's known to throw people under the bus to save his own ass, and his own cucumber that's being shoved up his ass, and everything else that comes with. Maybe you guys should be a little bit more mindful on who you're fucking with over there, or who you're modding for, or who you're pigging for, or whatever the case may be. Maybe people should be a little bit more intact or in tune with that. Rich is one of the last people that anybody should be putting any faith or any trust in, of all things. But that's neither here nor there. So that's the situation with Rich. That's the situation with fucking Rich. And then on top, matter of fact, I'm not even done. Let's go back to Rich's failed podcast. You guys remember that, right? Exposed? When he had he had a couple different people on there, Sweet Anita and a few others, right? Okay. So he was up there with Sweet Anita and a bunch of other people. And he was up there with Sweet Anita, and he had a few other people on there. There's a Mighty D video that actually goes over this. He was trying to get DSP. He showed up on one of DSP's Street Fighter streams. Some of you might remember this. He showed up on one of DSP's Street Fighter streams asking him to come onto his podcast. DSP gave him the typical runaround. I'm busy right now, dude, because DSP was still on Twitch. I'm busy right now. You can go through the proper business channels to reach out to me and so forth. And Rich is like, I'm talking to you right now. I'm giving you money right now. I think Rich might have even been subbed to his Twitch. And was like, hey, I'm right here. Would you be interested? It is what it is. I can't remember how much money Rich gave him at that time. But Rich has given him over like $500 over the years. If that's not being a pay pig, I don't know what is. But he was trying to basically coach DSP to coming onto his fucking little podcast. DSP said no. Then Rich, who was still streaming at the time while he was doing all this, essentially has a bitch fit about how this is why people think you're a lolcow. This is why no one takes you seriously, because you don't know how to interact with people. You don't know how to talk to people. You don't know how to conduct yourself. Now, in truth, Rich is correct. Rich is correct. Here's the problem. Because DSP didn't move the way Rich wanted him to, Rich is like, oh, well, I have other guests lined up. I have this person lined up, and I have this person lined up, and I have this person lined up, and I'm going to be successful regardless. A few months later, podcast dies out. Podcast dies out. So, I mean, don't act like you're above it when you were literally giving this idiot money to have him show up on your fucking podcast. Don't do that. That's literally dent behavior. But people let it go back then because it was going at DSP, so people thought it was beneficial. But if you go back and look, it was absolute fucking dent behavior. It was desperate. It was pathetic. And I'm not going to call it a win for DSP because fuck DSP. But truth be told, DSP played his cards right. Essentially, DSP at that time did to Rich what Low Tier God did to DSP last year. So there's that. So that's what my thoughts are on that Rich situation. There'll be more to... I'll have more to say about that at a later time. Speaking, though, of that circumstance, or of that situation, let's transition into... Oh, fucking A. Do I really want to go after Cat right now? Or do I want to save that as the main course? Yikes. Yikes. You know what? Let's go over Josh. Let's go over Josh and Kiwi Farm. Let's go over that situation, to be honest. So, my understanding, right, from a very credible source who's in the chat, was, I'm getting ready to look up your DM now, Prop. Oh my god! Oh my god. Oh shit, there's so much to go through. Oh my gosh. I did catch the segment though. Thank you, by the way, Proper. I saw the situation with Josh, mad at the internet, about the whole situation with the DSP boards and all of this, that, and the third. There's a lot of things that I actually have a problem with that he was talking about. But one thing that I don't really understand. I don't understand this. Because if you've known Proper, and if you've known Proper for a long time, none of this stuff is new information. So keep this in mind. You want me to see if I can try to bring you on, or you're... Actually, give me a second. Let me see if I can actually tag you in. I might be able to actually do that. Give me just a second. I may actually be able to tag you in. Give me just a minute. I have a feature I've been messing with that might actually let me do this. I make no promises though. I make no promises though. I make no promises. Okay. Okay, chat. Give me just a second. I'm gonna go ahead and play some music for you real fast, and I'm gonna see if I can try to bring our first guest on here. So give me literally a minute or two. It won't take long to find out if I failed at this or not. Give me a second.
like that.
Put the music back on.
Alright, with prop here. So give me a second and we'll see if we're able to bring him in or whatnot. Just trying to keep you guys informed.
music back on. Put the music back on.
He's a good kitty cat. Yes. He's a good kitty. Yeah.
Okay, chat. Like I said, I'm still kind of working on this, but we'll see what's what. Here, let me raise your volume prop, and
Yeah, no worries.
there's a bit of an echo.
What's up, chat? I'll just keep talking because if he's helping with some audio balance, I know how much it helps to talk. As you can hear, I'm a little sick, so I've been taking it easy. It's been nice. It's been good.
Okay, chat. Just let me know if you can hear him, if you can hear him clearly. I get there's a bit of an echo. That's something that I'll try to work on in real time. But is he coming through? Does he sound well? And you know, any
your
feedback?
Audio sources in OBS. Like I might be coming through 2 feeds on that end.
See, the thing is, though, is I don't
like your main volume, and then maybe down lower it'd be like a window capture, or however you're gonna capture my voice through.
Okay.
Would be my guess, because I do the same stupid stuff.
You're good. Here, Prop. Go ahead and keep talking, and let me see if I can continue to work on this real fast.
Oh, they say it's no echo. Chat says we're good to go.
Okay, cool.
Only you might hear the echo, and it might be because you're listening to your stream as well as maybe listening to Discord.
Yeah, no, the stream going. You might be right.
Oh no, just try to help.
No, you're good. You're good.
Thanks for bringing me on, man. You've been bringing the fire today, and I hate to derail the stream, but I think I have some stuff to say about the topic that you're gonna dip into.
No, you're good. Like I said, I'll keep working on it. I'll keep working on it, but let's go ahead and get started, I guess. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Welcome to the I Don't Smell No Bacon Cooking podcast. And our guest is Agent Proper, well known and renowned.
Yeah.
What happened, man? What happened? What happened to the farms? What happened to Clothes in the Closet? What happened to y'all?
Yeah, Close and I, we got demodded as mods for the subform. Noel himself did it. I guess he got mad enough at the DSP subform, or something's up, and he got upset at us and decided to pull us down for various reasons.
What were the reasons? Well, first, what set him off? What set off Noel for all of this to even cascade into the bullshit that we're in?
I mean, do you want it to be the feeder joke that somebody posted and added him on, and he got his fifis hurt and got mad at everybody? I mean, it's okay, it happens. Or do you want to backpost it on that board, or things have happened throughout the couple of years, and it kind of got self-policed, if you will.
Oh, okay, let's start off with the feeder part, because I get it that I haven't spoken about this on my own yet, but I get that Catherine and Chantel look kind of close. They could very well be cousins. I can understand that hits a little close to what Noel might be used to. But this all started off as a fucking joke, right? It was just banter.
I mean, I think so, at least in my opinion, but he's a busy guy. He's trying to run a website, keep it on ClearNet. It's been difficult the last couple of years. There's been some times where I've had to sit over there on the Onion browser and help out and move posts and do what I could. I mean, it was all part of the game, and everybody knows it. It's not that fucking big of a deal. But I think this whole situation could have been handled a lot differently. I mean, Noel and I have never really talked at all, period. Like, there's been a couple of back and forths, like, hey, man, everything good here on this end, everything here? Like, when I had to go and pull clothes in for being a mod, after the whole pulling down of Kiwi farms and stuff like that, so actually disappeared. I don't know if he couldn't log back in, or if it was just time for him to take off. Surly's been loosely around. He's still modded, I think, but he just hasn't been too vocal on the farms, and that's just fine. You don't need to be a farmer all the time. It's not that big of a deal. Again, it's DSP. He's never going to change different day.
Right.
So, but Noel has been upset at the DSP subform for quite some time. He's done it because usually he gets at, when some A-logger freaks out, and then they decide to actually pull some ops on Phil, and they come to the farms to post up on it.
Okay, so basically...
Now, there was never... Yeah.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Well, there was never any ground rules for, hey, man, don't put this stuff up. We tried to hold back a lot of these posts and keep it talking about them, and try to tag people in and say, hey, who should we talk to about this? There was some weird stuff going on, with the credit card, or the credit report leak from that Boof guy when he showed up. I mean, it was weird. I was I even thought I was am I going to get this subpoena or some shit, myself, for this? For just seeing some of this shit? But again, it was never publicly posted, so we moved on. We got over these things. We've kept going in progress, but there was never any point of contact for anybody saying, "Hey, guys, like, try not to do this." It was just somebody would come in and yell at us, and then like close the.
That was basically.
To an extent, it got that way, yeah.
Okay, so he's up. So my understanding is, you guys were dealing with active issues that any board or any subforum would deal with. You're dealing with it, and every once in a while he poked his head in there. It's his forum, I get it. Don't get me wrong. So I don't mean to sound advantageous when I say this, but he's or overly aggressive. So he pokes his head in every time, wads and N words, and then bounces out. Is that fair?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
I mean, that's fair.
All right, so one, he needs to, first off, he's not even in the thread enough to know what's going on. Hence the reason why he thinks that the DSP thread is boring.
Here's the thing. Now he tagged himself into the thread, so now he knows what's going on after this whole blowout. To this point now. I think he did it the other day.
Right.
Because I'm not banned from the subform at all.
No, you're not.
It was just, I was demodded, and from what he said was because... I brought up the discussion of possibly taking the subform to my own website, because I think different subforms in the past have done things similarly, and I think it even came with Null's blessing. I'm not sure about that 100%, but I brought that up as a discussion point, and that blew up in my face. So that's about having a monetized YouTube channel and being some Z-list celebrity guy who laughs at idiots on the internet. He didn't want a YouTuber dude to, be a moderator on the board, but I was doing YouTube before I started moderating for the board. Right. So I never knew that was an issue, and if that would have been an issue, I mean, I could have turned off my monetization with a click of a button. It's not that big of a deal. I really don't.
No, and I understand it. Here, okay, chat, I think I know what the problem is. If you let me kill the stream, and I will start up a new one, we will continue exactly where we left off if you guys are cool with it. Give me in prop like 5 minutes, and I will cut the stream and I will bring it back. Because I know now that I have the issue, but I have to kill the stream to make it happen. So if you guys are cool with that, we'll be literally right back. Prop, I can just keep you on the line.
Yeah, no worries. I got that, my guy.
All right, cool.
We'll come back.
All right, excellent. Yeah. All right, so as per usual, there was going to be problems. There were going to be situations. You got what it is. But Snortbucks will be on me when you guys get back, and that'll be a thing. And we can continue to have a discussion with our friend here, Agent Proper, and hopefully start a trend where I can start getting some of you guys in here, especially James. Definitely looking at talking to you, a few others. So that'll be a thing. So I will see you guys literally in a few minutes. Maybe. Later, people. I'll see you guys in a sec.